Why is it everywhere I go, I get the shittiest service you could possibly get? The reason that I don't go out to restaurants anymore, number one, is because all the food is Cisco. It's all BlackRock food. It's all shit. Everything is high levels of forever chemicals and glyphosate. And the service staff is paid next to pennies, so they don't give a shit whether I'm treated good or not.
The American dream is not dead. Your life is not horrible. This is the best time in the history of man to be alive. There's more opportunity now, more chance to be somebody, more chance to build wealth and change your family tree. It's easier now at this moment than at any time in human history. It's easier than when I started. And I became a millionaire twice. I'm so dumb I had to do it 2 times.
Conditions have to be screwed up for wealth to transfer. Wealth doesn't transfer because conditions are great. It transfers because conditions are bad. That's how we have companies right now that were started during the Great Depression, 1928, and it's 2026, and they've been around 100 years, bro. 1920. They made a bag when it was bad.
I don't think the American dream is dangerous because it gives people hope. I think it's dangerous because the easiest way to stop people from questioning the ladder is convincing everyone that they'll eventually climb to the top. So we're going to talk about the American dream today. So the term itself was popularized in 1931 by historian James Truslow Adams. He basically describes the American dream as this idea that everyone should have the opportunity for a better, a fuller, a richer life, regardless of where they were born or what class they came from. Notice something, though. He was not talking about becoming a millionaire. He was talking about opportunity and this chance to build a better life. But over the next several decades, especially after World War II, America experienced an enormous economic boom. So mass production expanded, suburbanization, so suburbs were growing rapidly. Consumer goods became more accessible, and just owning things increasingly became associated with success. So home ownership, new cars, bigger TVs, newer appliances, luxury lifestyles was like a symbol of making it. And the American dream shifted from having enough to having more.
And everybody followed. So perspective, Europe, even that wasn't there, they started following. Everybody wanted to have this type of luxury accessible to all these things. America set the pace for it. We did.
And so today, when people hear the American dream, we don't think about dignity and opportunity. We think about getting rich. And this really reminds me of a theory in behavioral economics. It's called prospect theory. So basically, researchers found that humans don't really make decisions based on what's most likely. A lot of times we make decisions based on what we hope will happen or what we hope is possible. And the best way I can explain this is actually with another psychological phenomenon. It's called lottery psychology. So basically, people are notoriously bad at evaluating tiny probabilities if the reward is enormous. Take lottery, for example. We know the odds of winning the lottery are astronomically small, but millions of people still buy tickets because our brains naturally overestimate the chance that we might be the exception and we win the lottery. So the possibility of winning the lottery becomes emotionally larger than the probability of you actually winning.
And I think really because it's a norm. We see people online. We see people in the media. We've got the biggest trillionaires, right? We got trillionaires. That's why I kind of think it's like that. But we got people that come into this country that broke into this country. They didn't come to be millionaires. They just came for a better way of life. So there's a kind of balance. I think it's true, but it's not for everybody. Not everybody believes that.
I think the American dream can sometimes function in a similar way. Instead of asking, well, what are the odds that someone born in my circumstances will become extraordinarily wealthy? And we're encouraged to focus on the fact that it's possible. Think about it like a casino. Casinos don't stay in business because everyone wins. They stay in business because just enough people win to convince everyone else that they could win next.
Leave a comment how you feel. Are we better not having hope? Are we better not to have like hope? We're supposed to be living our life hopeless? I don't agree with this, man. I don't agree with this. I don't believe I'm supposed to live my life hopeless. And because I don't have what's quote unquote the American dream, then my life is over and it's depressing. and oh, I need to just shoot myself or some crazy stuff. Some of that stupid stuff. People think like that. And I never want to frown on mental illness and people that really are suicidal, that really, and we've seen it happen in the past, suicidal and doing things like that because because the money they had left, or they didn't hit the goal financially that they felt like they should have made it and hit, or they had those setbacks, which we saw a lot of people during 2008. I remember stories of people in that Great Recession jumping off of roofs and killing themselves. I think what we thought was the American dream, or what we were told is the American dream, really wasn't the dream. And I'm going to get into that further down the line. Let her.
Every jackpot creates new players because the odds aren't improving, but watching someone else win makes the possibility feel personal. Sometimes I like to say that extraordinary wealth works in the same way, right? We're not asking ourselves, is this system fair? We're asking ourselves, what if I'm the one that makes it?
Right? And that word fair is the issue I have with. There is no way you can make a system fair for everybody. Tell me, leave a comment. I don't believe a system can only be autonomous, like it is just existing. How you work that system and what you do with that system depends on you. Now you can say, Leon, the system is stacked against you. Bro, I don't believe the system is stacked against you. I think you're just focusing on the wrong thing. I think you are. Like, you're focusing on trying to become this millionaire and have this high level status of luxury and wealth, when you really should be focusing on, one, who am I and what my purpose is. When you make materialism the reason for a pursuit of happiness, or you gauge happiness based on materialism, then you create now the depression, the suicidal thoughts, the things that happen that people go through, because your expectation is in a material thing making you feel better. And materials can't do it. That's why when some of y'all get with these dudes for money, y'all end up mad. Don't run away. Don't turn it off. Y'all know it's facts. I'm not talking about a light bill that needs to be paid, a water bill that needs to be paid. I'm talking about an expectation of some type of lifestyle that reflects some type of grand lifestyle, and you feel less than or insecure because you don't have that. When in essence, that's not the goal. That's a byproduct of knowing who you are and knowing your purpose in life and having some direction in life that's not maintained to a material status. I'm going to continue to say it because y'all don't want to hear it. Some people don't. Y'all think that the materials make you. The materials don't make you. The materials just come from what I already am. My materials come out of me. Get what they come out of me. I don't go and obtain them. They come out of the lifestyle that I choose to live. So if I live in a lifestyle that is carefree, a lifestyle that doesn't worry about money, a lifestyle that's not hung up on being the baddest dude with the biggest car or the best looking house on the block, or my watch got to be bigger than everybody else when I come to the bar. Man. Why is it that people, materialism is just crazy right now? And when you tell people, hey, material life is not consist about material, like, yeah, you saying that, Leon, you a real estate guy. I know you make money. Nigga, this ain't about me. This is about you. This is me telling you what makes me me, so you can take a piece from that and make you you. Ain't got nothing to do with that. And I'm going to staying by it. Y'all listen, y'all work for materials. A lot of people don't have any idea of the value that they have and who they are. They just get on here and they work for materials.
Like, what if I become rich? And that kind of brings us to an interesting concept in sociology, because every society has stories that help explain why its hierarchy exists. So like monarchies, like kings and queens, they had this idea of divine right. So kings ruled because they thought they were chosen by God. And then like feudalism and feudal societies, they emphasized birthright. So your place in society was determined by the family you were born into. So if you were born into peasantry, you stayed a peasant. And then modern capitalist societies, we emphasize on upward mobility. It's this idea that no matter where you start, hard work and determination can move you into a higher economic class. And that's a powerful idea because it replaces this belief that we had before that your status is fixed with this belief that anyone can rise. But it also changes the conversation. Instead of asking whether or not this hierarchy of like working class versus billionaire class is fair, we're encouraged to focus on whether we can move within that system and become rich ourselves. So I guess.
See, the problem is you're showing this system, and that's one of the biggest problems. She's showing this system of, and she's on point with it. That's true. Divine right, which the Europeans had, the kings were designed or divinely placed there by God in order to rule the people. Now we have this upward mobility, like she already described. I'm not going to repeat it again, but I am going to say this: you do have to know, even in this upward mobility state, that you are still destined to be greater than what you are. Like, you can't be in an upward mobility society and say, oh, it's not fair. You got to realize in that society, you have a belief. Do you believe more that it's not fair, or do you believe more that whatever is in you, given to you divinely by God, hint, hint, the first portion, will help you where you are right now rise in this upward mobility status? The second portion. And some of y'all ain't gonna really get this. This is a different level of thinking. This is a different level of thinking. It's basically not holding the system responsible for promoting you, holding not even yourself responsible for promoting you. Really is really, and it's too simple for some people. I think this is why some of y'all will have struggles with this video right here. And some people will get it and some people won't get it. It's really saying that I'm dependent on the divine God inside of me to move me up that upward mobility society, that society that trends up, that you can decide if you just want to be in a working class or if you're going to put in an effort and do some other things, take some risks, jump out on faith, believe, do things that other people won't do. They're going to look at you cringe. They're going to look at you and say, oh, that's not possible. Nobody's ever done that before. What makes you think you can do it? Oh, you say, I believe. See, that's what makes what she's saying different from everything else. This is why I don't believe what she's saying. That's why I get frustrated with you guys with this heavy pursuit for some level of fairness in this system, which the system is not going to be fair to you. The system is just going to be a system. Some people will pimp the system. People will cheat the system. Some people will work the system. Some people will just exist and not do anything in this damn system. The question is, why do you depend on the system to define you or to empower you? The empowerment comes from within, not from out. Oh, Leon, give me a clap. Give me a clap, my nigga. That's all I say, man.
My thesis here is that the American dream doesn't sell hope anymore. They sell acceptance. I think that they're teaching us that extreme wealth concentration should be something that we tolerate because maybe, just maybe one day, you'll work hard enough and be at the top. Like, have you ever noticed when someone criticizes billionaires or talks about wealth inequality, somebody's like, well, work hard and you can become rich too. But that doesn't really answer the question of whether or not the system is fair. It changes the conversation. Instead of asking, should this economic hierarchy exist? Is this fair? We're encouraged to ask, how do I climb this ladder?
No, you're encouraged to say, you're encouraged not to ask how to climb the ladder. You're encouraged to realize that ambition is normal in the human psyche. Like, she's a psychologist. She should know. Then that's why I say it's disingenuous, because you're a psychologist and you should know that people thrive on ambition, thrive on being recognized, thrive on success. It does something to the human body. The endorphins that are released when you reach a certain goal or you hit a certain thing, you think, oh, the confidence level, I can do this thing. You want to make this system fair. The system is never going to be fair. The system has been made by man. That's it. And it's not to make you do something to yourself or get upset or get mad. It's for you to stop looking outward at the system. And that's always going to be my shit.
Right? We stop questioning the ladder and we start fantasizing about reaching the top. And social media encourages it. Every day we're flooded with mansions, with luxury vacations, private jets, designer clothes, influencers claiming that they became millionaires before they turned 30.
Mm-hmm.
Success is not admired anymore. It's performed every day on our cell phones.
And she's not lying about that. We look at that and now we get depressed because we don't have that, and we think that we're falling short because we don't have that. It's because it's training you to look outside at materials as being a standard for success.
Algorithms are selling you a lifestyle. We don't see the millions of people who worked just as hard as them and never made it. That's actually another concept, survivorship bias.
When they say the millions of people that have worked harder, it's never about working hard. It's about what you work hard at. So you got a bunch of people that worked in the coal mines in the 20s and the 30s and the early 1900s. They worked hard, but by all rights, their physical labor did not equal the labor that Rockefeller achieved, the Vanderbilts achieved. They were working hard, but they were working hard at something that was dead end. All they were going to be doing, if they were working hard on shoveling coal, was turning around and shoveling coal again the next day. There's tons of people that live in our country. They go to work and they do the same thing, and they make the same amount of money for the activity that they did 2 days ago. They're not entitled, just because they put in physical labor, to obtain a certain level of success, because it's not physical labor that gets you there. It's focused physical labor on a goal through a skill and gift that you naturally have that takes you to that place where you rival or challenge what your family had or what your family does have, where you become a barrier breaker, you break through those things. Physical labor, not, hey, I'm a trash guy, or hey, I work in the coal mines. Why can't I be rich like Elon Musk? Okay. The physical labor that he applies to discovering and doing what he does, I'm not applying that level of physical. I have no desire to put in that. At the beginning part of it, you said, well, he doesn't do that now. At the beginning of PayPal Mafia, okay, that nigga worked. Don't get it twisted, okay? Stop. Oh, no. But just because you work, that doesn't entitle you to success. What are you working at? Are you making iterations in your work habits every time you work? Shit. I was supposed to be entertaining y'all, and I'm just teaching. Oh, no. Shit. Let me go back to entertaining, because y'all ain't ready for this.
Whenever all you see are the success stories, your brain starts believing that success is far more common than it actually is. Here's the thing I need you to understand about the American dream. People who believe that they'll become wealthy one day are less interested in questioning a system that produces that extraordinary wealth all the way at the top. Why would you want to change the rules of a game that you think you might win? Hope is powerful. But hope can also become a distraction if it keeps us from asking harder questions, right? Questions like, does the existence of opportunity automatically justify this level of inequality?
Does this opportunity, the existence of these opportunity, automatically disqualify or qualify this level of wealth? These two things have nothing to do with each other. If anything, the intangible that brings these two things together is the actual effort and focused effort, skill, giftings, desires that this person has. That's the separate, and that's what people don't want to do. Some of y'all don't want to do that. Y'all want to kick the system. Y'all want to kick the system. Y'all want to kick the system.
Even if one person can escape poverty, does that tell us whether the system is fair for everyone else? Is the ladder fair? Like, does everyone get the same equal chance to climb it? Or have we become so focused on reaching the top that we stopped asking whether the ladder itself should maybe look different? right? I don't think the American dream is dangerous because it gives people hope. I think it's dangerous because the easiest way to stop people from questioning the ladder is convincing everyone that they'll eventually climb to the top.
How about if some people don't want to have the same top that Elon Musk has? I don't want Elon Musk's success. I really don't. There's a level to some of that stuff that it just becomes pure demonic, honestly. And it's not the money that makes it demonic. And I've got my feelings about that, but I don't want that. Why do we look at his success and say that that's the standard? His success is not the standard. And I've had successes in my life, nothing like Elon Musk's. Oh, God, have mercy. But I have had some success that Elon Musk will never experience. Well, I wish he would experience it, but he hasn't. He probably won't. Who knows? That's why you look at that metric and you say that's the metric for the American dream. That's not the metrics for the American dream. It's not. It's not. Matter of fact, you need to take you need to stop thinking as the American dream as being a level or a place that you obtain to, a place, and think of it as more or less the opportunity to one day do that if you choose to do the effort and so forth, and you find something that's passionate that you're passionate about, and you're heavily skilled, and it brings a high level of value to the marketplace. Elon Musk and these guys are there because they bring value to the place. Y'all don't want to hear it. Y'all don't believe it. I get it. I get it. I get it. Do I think the system is fair? Yeah, I think the system is rigged. I do believe that a lot of people manipulate these systems, but I think you put too much trust in that system also. Hint, hint. And so when you see that manipulation, it makes you upset. It makes you mad. And it would make me mad and upset too. And I get it. But you put too much trust in that system to get you where you want to. I don't know, man. My opinions, they do matter, my homie.
Oh, no.
It is almost 2 hours in, and I'm about to rock out of here. I ain't been rocking my Tennessee hat. Shoot, man. Hey, man, Post Malone got a tight restaurant in Tennessee. That 3-story in Tennessee is bananas. It's called Posties. Go check it out. That's my shout out for Posties. I enjoyed it. It's pretty cool. Pretty dope. Hey, man. Hey, like, subscribe, follow for more content. Patreon is in the link in the description. And I'm going to just tell you guys, yo, you guys are better than whatever you think you are. And there's so much in you that needs to come out. And don't let this system or this world deceive you or lie to you. You're great because of the God that's in you. Peace.